All right, today I want to try something different that I never do. Um, all right, I want to try and talk about something on video rather than writing it out in a blog post or something. All right, let's see how it works, okay? It's an experiment. So my mind has been on the topic of resistance in the past couple of weeks. And why? Because as much as I would like to say that I have it all together and, I always know what's what, I sometimes get caught up in confusion as well. And that confusion recently came up on the topic of resistance. So what is resistance? Is when you want to do something, or maybe it's a requirement for you to do something, or maybe your coach or your mentor or your teacher, tells you would be a good idea for you to do something, and you have that feeling of like, no, I don't want to do it, right? Resistance. All right. So most of the time when we read about resistance online or in books, the take is that it's either always good to feel the fear and do it anyway, or it's always like a sign that your deeper knowing tells you, no, 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 stay away and you should feel, follow that. So, in my experience, my personal experience and my experience working with clients, it's not the same thing all the time, even for the same person. What do I mean? Well, even if in your life you can look back and say, okay, most of the time when I really want something, I feel resistance and it's good for me to do it anyway, I would be surprised if it was 100% of the time. I have a client, that's what she figured out. Most of the time for her, if she really wants something, this huge resistance comes up. And she's really observed, like, yeah, that's how I work, right? But it's not true. Even for her, it's not true 100% of the time. Sometimes like your resistance, it's actually your deeper knowing telling you, okay, no, that sounds like a good idea, but it's not for me. So I, for example, I'm of that persuasion most of the time. For me, most of the time when I really feel resistance is my wisdom. I picked up something that consciously I couldn't quite put my finger on, but deep down I recognize that there's something there that's unhealthy or unhelpful or just not for me, right? But again, even for me, that's not 100% of the time. So I think a hugely beneficial thing for everybody to do is to get acquainted with their own resistance, like to start feeling like how does it show up for you, and when is it the kind that you should follow and not do something and say no, and when is the kind that it's like, okay, this is a sign that I need to lean into this is like my growth edge, right? uh here's one situation, one trick, okay, and we can talk about this for hours, but here's something that just came to me a couple of weeks ago I want to share. So when I'm unsure what that resistance is like, most of the time I feel like I know, but sometimes I get caught up into that too, right? And then I get a ton of confusion, and then I get anxiety, and then I cannot just take my mind off something. It's too much. It's blown up now, right? And my mind is completely taken over. So for example, let's say I want to take a class, and a part of me really wants to, and a part of me is really scared of it and thinks it's a terrible idea. And then I'm caught up in this back and forth, and I don't know anymore what is the real desire and wisdom, and what is my thinking and my fears, and getting caught up in all that, right? So one thing that helps me, and this might help you or not, you try it out and let me know, is to ask for advice. What? No, I don't mean so you do what other people tell you to do, okay? But here's how it works for me. I ask for advice and I ask, hey, here's my situation. Here's where I'm conflicted. What would you do if you were me? And if I ask a few people, I have an emotional reaction to what they suggest. So let's go with my should I take a class or not? Okay. Should I take this class example? So if they say, oh, no, 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 I think, no, don't take it. It sounds like a terrible idea. Like, I wouldn't take it. And then I have this emotional reaction like, no, 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 I really want to take it though, but I want to though. That doesn't feel good, right? Then I'm getting the sense that, okay, my resistance, it's what I'm doing, my fear of leaning into something that will help me, that is gonna help me grow, that maybe is confronting in some way, right? But if I ask, and you know, what would you do if you were me? Would you take the class or not? And people say, no, 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 you know, you shouldn't take it. And I feel a sense of relief. Like, yeah, okay, you wouldn't take it either, right? No, 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 I wouldn't take it. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I really don't want to take it. Then that might be my system telling me there's something where I keep overriding that sense that this is not for me, right? And so the resistance is really my intuition telling me that no, that's not for me, and I need to give myself permission to be myself, right? Even though rationally I might, or with my logic mind, I might have all these reasons why that's not okay. Like that might be my hint that that's the case. So I hope I didn't confuse you too much with this, right? But the whole point is to really get to know yourself and to experiment and explore your feelings and how to either let go of all the overthinking so that the sense of what is and what is right for you is clearer. Or if you, like sometimes it happens to me, you cannot get your mind off it, to find a way, like my little trick here, that can give you a little bit more of an insight and awareness as to your own process. All right, let me know if this works for me. Let me know your thoughts. And that's it. I don't really have a way to end this video because it's a whole experiment. Thank you for watching.